We're going to begin with what will likely soon be a huge expanded push to get Americans not just vaccinated, but boosterized. Moderna and now Johnson & Johnson appear ready to join Pfizer as offering booster shots to its original vaccination regime.
J&J especially loaded with implications that maybe it should have been a 2-dose program originally, not one. And you can get the J&J booster after only 2 months. And all this as the vaccine mandates appear to be working. The number of new daily cases of coronavirus in the U.S. has dropped 13% in a week.
There are, however, still about 87,000 new cases a day, which is far too high, but it is indeed dropping. Eyewitness News reporter Kristen Thorne live in the Suffolk County hamlet of Bayshore with our top story tonight. Kristen.
Bill and Sade, you have to remember when the J&J vaccine was developed, it was attractive to a lot of people, including to the medical community, because it was only 1 dose. But this executive with J&J acknowledged to this FDA panel today that it does appear that 2 shots is better than 1. Those who got the J&J vaccine better get ready to roll up their sleeves rather soon. An independent FDA panel unanimously agreed today that giving a second full J&J shot at least 2 months after the first is the best way to protect the 15 million people who got the vaccine from the coronavirus. Some members of the panel expressed concern that perhaps J&J, which is only 85% effective in preventing severe illness, should have been 2 doses from the beginning.
What we're seeing is that this is a group with overall lower efficacy than we have seen with the mRNA vaccine. So there is some urgency here.
The panel advised that everyone over 18 who got the J&J vaccine should get the booster. Boosters have only been recommended for Pfizer and Moderna in those 65 and older or adults who meet certain criteria like those with underlying medical conditions. An executive with J&J told the panel the company has a trial looking at a 2-dose regimen and the results are comparable to Moderna and Pfizer.
The 2-dose study showed the 94% efficacy against symptomatic disease, any symptomatic disease, 100% against severe disease with that second dose.
Susan Maxwell Trumbull was the first person in our area to get the J&J vaccine last March. She says she's been waiting for this news.
I don't know how fast they're going to get this booster out, but yeah, I'm definitely going to get it.
The panel also discussed today the idea of mixing and matching boosters. They released data that shows using a different vaccine resulted in similar or higher immune responses and that no safety concerns were identified in doing so.
Mixing and matching provides benefit. Keeping the same vaccine also provides benefit. I think that we'll likely see an approval for mixing and matching in the future, but just not yet because we're waiting for more data.
And that is going to be the next big thing we're going to see in terms of this discussion with the boosters is mixing and matching. But in terms of this J&J booster recommendation, what happens next? It goes from this FDA panel to the FDA itself and then eventually to an advisory group of those with the CDC. And we should hear from that group next week. We're live in Bayshore. I'm Kristen Thorne, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.